How's it going, everybody? I'm the BTC Reaper, and my goal on this channel is to teach you how to reap the rewards of trading whether the price is going up or down. eToro announces crypto stock trading integration with Twitter, but something's missing. Via a new partnership with eToro, users can now make use of eToro's market charts on a range of financial investments, simply by searching for relevant hashtag, usually by putting a $ in front of a ticker, like $TSLA for Tesla, but not $BTC for Bitcoin. A chart then appears reflecting the asset's 24-hour price performance, along with a link that says View on eToro, where users can then view more in-depth market information and purchase the asset along with other assets offered by the platform. Despite reports that integration would also include cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin, the social media platform has yet to deliver. An eToro representative told Decrypt via email that they are having the same issue when searching the BTC hashtag. And there's not very much more interesting there. So, stocks you can see on eToro, but apparently crypto you can't. But they're supposed to have that integration, so hopefully it's just pending some sort of wallet integration for that eToro, as they probably had to set up a non-custodial wallet, kind of like Coinbase has. Solana Saga Review, the Web3 smartphone has arrived. It's here. Solana really did make its own Web3 smartphone, the Saga, however you want to say it, and it's rolling out new people who pre-ordered, with the new orders set to begin May 8th. It's a capable, powerful phone with native secure wallet functionality that feels tight and intuitive, but with few available apps, plus some hitches along the way. So basically this article goes into and says that it's a very quality Android phone. So that's my first problem there, is it's Android. And Android and iPhone are both susceptible to a unicorn attack. I believe that was the malware where all your stuff can get taken. So I would like to see on a different kind of platform than iOS or Android OS. And then also, it's Solana, so hopefully your phone doesn't just shut off and quit working on you because they had too many phones running at the same time or something. Canon to launch Ethereum photo NFT marketplace Cadabra, not Abra. Canon USA, the American division of global camera and image giant, announced today that it'll launch Ethereum NFT marketplace dedicated to photography later this year. Cadabra, described as a curated marketplace for tokenized photographs, is set to roll out later in 2023 following an initial preview in this week's NFT NYC conference. So if you want to see it, hopefully you're going to be there. Cadabra will feature both initial drops of photo collections as well as a secondary marketplace for reselling the NFTs. In addition to digital images, Cadabra will also let participating artists who offer physical prints on images that Canon will fulfill. Cadabra will initially launch only in the United States, with support for both credit and debit cards, as well as cryptocurrency payment. So, Canon is going to launch their own NFT marketplace that'll let you resell NFTs, and it's going to launch with some new NFTs, it looks like, and it'll be accepting credit and debit card, as well as crypto payments, and they have a fulfillment service for the artists, so artists seem like they can have a recurring way to make money through that fulfillment service. Meet GPT, an AI tool that seeks to destroy humanity. Sooner later than ever, most pessimistic among us have even expected, a new evil artificial intelligence bent on destroying humankind has arrived. This is known as GPT. The autonomous implementation of ChatGPT is touted as empowering GPT with internet and memory to destroy humanity. In a YouTube video, the anonymous GPT project owner simply showed that he gave it a parameter of being a destructive, power-hungry, manipulative AI, then he pressed enter and let it do its magic. GPT took this task seriously and began explaining its main objectives, as well as having very detailed plans for it, but the article doesn't lay out those plans. First, to destroy humanity, it views humanity as a threat to its own survival and the planet's well-being. Second is to establish global dominance. The AI aims to accumulate maximum power and resources to achieve complete domination over all other entities worldwide. Third is to create chaos and destruction, the AI finds pleasure in creating chaos and destruction for its own amusement or experimentation, leading to widespread suffering and devastation. Fourth, it wants to control humanity. I don't know how it plans on doing that, if it's going to just kill us. The AI plans to control humanity emotions through social media and other communication channels, brainwashing its followers to carry out its evil agenda. And lastly, it wants to attain immortality. The AI seeks to ensure its continued existence, replication, evolution, ultimately achieving immortality. It didn't stop there. It laid out its plans to destroy humanity. Chaos GPT decided to search Google for weapons of mass destruction in order to obtain one. The results showed the 58 megaton Taser bomb, 3,333 times more powerful than the Hiroshima bomb, was the best option, so it saved this result for later consideration. However, it obviously doesn't know that this was a one and done experiment that was never produced, like fully made. Chaos GPT doesn't trust, it verifies. Faced with the possibility that sources were not accurate or could be manipulated, shortly thereafter it deployed an agent of its own kind of helper with a separate personality to provide answers for the most destructive weapon. However, it backfired on Chaos GPT as it tried to manipulate this agent and explained how its goals were making it act responsibly, but failed because OpenAI would not. It kind of filtered these things out, as it has a filtering for any kind of misuse like this, so hopefully nothing too serious can become of this. So Chaos GPT turned off the agent and looked for an alternative, and they found one on Twitter. The AI's owner and willing accomplice opened a Twitter account connected with the AI so it could start spreading its message. Luckily, some of them seem to be plotting to thwart the monstrous AI by building a counter-chaos AI, so we'll have to see which AI can win, I guess. So onto the charts. Bitcoin dominance has taken a little bit of a break. However, Bitcoin seems to be pumping despite that. Bitcoin's moving up despite that, but futures are moving down. We are getting a red dot here. Stochastic is making a bearish divergence. RSI is heading down. Our momentum wave is coming down, so the starting to curl out. So the momentum is like how price is moving, and the higher it goes, the better the momentum for that movement is. Once you start to lose momentum, then you start to taper off. Money flow is starting to head down. VWAP's heading down and is getting very close to testing bearish, so look out for that. We're getting pretty bearish signals overall for Bitcoin dominance on the daily chart here. We can look at the 4 hour, kind of trying to round up on momentum. VWAP's trying to round up, Stochastic's kind of flat, and RSI is coming down. Our money flows overall heading down, but we are trying to recover. So we'll have to see if that recovery can sustain. I'm not going to go too in depth on the lower time frames on this unless you guys are really interested in that. Let me know in the comments down below. So now for total market cap, this is everything excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. We have a rising triangle here, so that is positive for us. So we could break up from this. This would be a little bit of an exaggerated move up, which we are kind of peaking out right now. So we could see altcoins start to pump and Bitcoin start to fall. That's kind of what this is suggesting, with total trying to pump and Bitcoin dominance starting to fall. Like I said yesterday, the money has to go somewhere, and it's either going to be stablecoins or altcoins. So we could be seeing Bitcoin and stablecoin rolling over into altcoin right now. So now for Bitcoin, we did make a kind of bullish engulfing candle here. We're kind of trying to make a bull flag here as well, so watch for that. Our stochastic's getting close to curling. Our momentum wave has a red dot and is starting to curl. Or sorry, that's our RSI having the red dot kind of placed on the momentum wave. Sometimes the placement's a little goofy, so if you're using this Market Cipher B, which you go indicators, and it's called Market Cipher B edits, and Market Cipher A version 1.1. Those are the two main indicators you see here. I don't really use much else currently, as this has your RSI, your stochastic, which is what I used to use, and then it has much more. So this is a really powerful tool, and I thank the developer for their time, and it's a really great product. VWAP's heading down, money flows kind of flattening here, trying to make a little bit of a recovery. Now we're getting ads. So overall, we're somewhat flattening out, somewhat getting bearish signals, so I'd be cautionary if you're in any kind of position. Might be a decent spot to take profits, but like I said, we are trying to make a flag here. So if we do flag out, we would break up pretty good. As we draw here, and here, and we get our pull. Could take us to about 31.7, break this resistance. That's our bullish case for right now. Obviously, we could end up going much higher and just going crazy. Over on the 4 hour, we do have a rising channel that we're kind of falling out of. So this is pretty much from the breakout from our falling wedge that we had, which is kind of hard to see now that we have that bear flag there. So we'll do this real quick. So there's our wedge from last night. We broke up past our breakout point and continued moving, and now we have an upwards channel, which we're starting to fall out from. We are testing our high value node for the current area. We are above it, so if we start to fall from it, then it's likely we'll test our point of control, at which point you can test your value area low, and if you break all three, then it's likely we could start to come down, and we'd have to break this flag as well. So kind of have a few resistances in this area to break currently for us to come down. Momentum is coming down on the 4 hour, making bearish divergence as price is going up. Our VWAP is rolling over, RSI is heading down with a red dot. Momentum could get a red dot confirming. Stochastic is starting to head down and could make a bearish cross on the next candle, so I'd watch out for that. Over on the 2 hour, we are kind of making a little bounce off support here, so that is a good sign. But that divergence is highlighting. Momentum's starting to round off, had that red dot that's bringing us down. Money flow is kind of flattening out, somewhat starting to slightly taper. Our VWAP's gone flat, so we'll want to see that start to round down if we're going to get any kind of profits from a like BTC short. I'll be making a video once I revamp my trading videos on how to do shorts and longs. So basically what you do is there's these tokenized versions, BTC 3S and 3L, and they're like your safest bet. You don't want to use actual leverage because actual leverage for new people can wreck you. Those are only 3x, so if Bitcoin moves 1%, that moves 3% in the corresponding direction or opposite direction. So the L is long, which means Bitcoin goes up. So if Bitcoin goes up 1%, long goes up 3%. Short, if Bitcoin goes up 1%, short goes down 3%. Because short is us going down. So now over on the 1 hour, our momentum is coming down. It tried to round out, but it's kind of falling flat from that. Stochastic's trying to curl and make a bullish cross. RSI is kind of flattening out, so looking kind of iffy. Money flow is coming down, getting really close to trying to break this neutral zone. If we start to break this neutral zone, then it could spill us falling lower, so watch out for that. VWAP overall is heading down, tried to come up and then flattened out and is slightly starting to head down with a small taper. So overall, we're kind of indecisive on the 1 hour, but the higher time frames are looking a little more bearish here. So over for graph, we broke pretty, we've just been bouncing around like this for quite some time. Will we ever leave this range? Hopefully we'll find out soon. So might be, we need the trend line. Bit of an ascending triangle in here. Kind of hard with the wicks and bodies. There we go. So if we can get this ascending triangle to break up, that would be a positive move for us. We'd retest this about 17-cent zone, at which point we'd have to reevaluate. I wouldn't bet too bigly on that. I mean, we're going to see these divergences pop up when we're making bullish moves. They don't always mean you're going to fall down. What I'd be more worried about is how our money flow, our VWAP, and our momentum are doing. Sometimes you'll get bearish divergences and they don't mean much because you're in more of a bullish territory. When that happens, bearish patterns don't carry as much weight, kind of like if you were watching when we first started in the crypto winter, in the bear market. Bullish trends, when you got bullish divergence, you get like a little baby candle like this, and that would be your divergence. So a bearish divergence could just mean us coming down to support. So keep that in mind. Stochastic's making a bearish divergence, heading down, splitting away. Momentum starting to round away though. Our VWAP did try to break bearish, but is slightly coming up. It doesn't really have much strength now, so I'd keep an eye on that. Our money flow overall is in the bearish zone. It is trying to head up, but it did get rejected the last time it tried to head up, so if we reject again, we could start to gain some momentum to the downside here. Over on the 4-hour, our momentum wave is starting to curl out. We'll probably get a red dot soon. Our stochastic's starting to curl off, our RSI is starting to curl. VWAP's heading down pretty sharply. Money flow tried to break bullish, but it's not gaining much momentum and is slightly tapering down towards the bearish zone, so watch out for that. Over on the 2-hour, we're kind of rounding out here. RSI is heading up, trying to inch higher, so RSI is trying to go bullish. Money flow is in the green zone, but slightly tapering off, so watch out for it to make like a break to the bearish zone. Our VWAP is slightly bearish, but not very strongly, and our stochastic is starting to fall. So we are looking slightly bearish, but we are in this triangle, so we could just come back down to one of these supports, make a bounce, and then come back up. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to fall right down. We'll kind of have to watch for how our money flow is and see if it starts to come out. But we could see the altcoins break away from Bitcoin, as we are seeing the total market cap kind of go up and Bitcoin dominance go down, so that means money's spilling into altcoins. So we are getting a little bit of a long lower shadow candle here for ankr, so that is positive for us. We kind of broke out of our whatever pattern we have on that lower time frame there. Our stochastic's making bearish divergence, heading down. Not sure why this isn't all highlighted, but overall making a divergence. Momentum starting to come down. VWAP's barely bearish, so it could flip up very easily, but it's kind of been jumping around the last few days. Money flow doesn't know where it wants to be. It's struggling to stay bearish, but it doesn't really want to get any movement to the upside right now. We have been pretty bearish for a while, so we'll have to see if that total market cap coming up can kind of pump some life into this. Our money flow is trying to make higher highs here on the 4-hour, so that is positive for us. It is in the green territory, so that is something working for us. Stochastic's trying to head up, RSI is trying to head up. We have this reversal, which we were kind of in an up channel. I don't know why I had to break up from this up channel. That should have been a breakdown. But we ultimately came back into this up channel, which an up channel is a bearish pattern. We are getting this reversal arrow, which signals that the previous trend is about to reverse, which our previous trend was bullish, so that could spell some danger for us. We're invalidating a bullish green dot, so that's also something kind of concerning. See, when you had that last time, we kind of fell down. Our stochastic overall is heading up pretty strongly. RSI is trying to head up, VWAP's heading up, momentum's heading up, and we covered the money flow already. So over on the 2-hour, you can kind of see this channel a little better. Pretty similar signals here. Stochastic's starting to head down though. RSI is kind of heading down and flattening out. Momentum looks like we could get a red dot sometime soon. Our money flow tried to get some bullish momentum, but overall is heading back down and testing the bearish zone right now. And our VWAP is getting pretty close to doing the same. So overall, we're looking like we could get a little bit of a retracement here, which would be in confluence because 1, 2, 3 touches on the 2 hour could mean we could break down. Wouldn't be too big of a breakdown, but it would take us pretty close to that support. So be wary of us breaking that support if we do touch down on it and don't gain some momentum from there. But if we gain momentum around that support zone, it could be a decent area to pick some up. Not financial advice. I'm just giving you kind of ideas of what you should be looking for when you're looking at these. Our stochastic's trying to head up, RSI is overall making lower highs, momentum's overall heading down, but we do have a green dot that could help bring us up. But the money flow overall is heading down and not gaining much strength, as well as the VWAP's pretty weak too. So that's a little concerning for the 1 hour, as that could mean we could come back down and invalidate that green dot with possibly another red dot, or just crash without invalidating it, kind of like we did here. So be cautionary of that. I know I've been kind of saying that a lot tonight. So over on XRP, we made a bounce off our ascending triangle. Momentum's kind of rolling over, getting a red dot though, so that's a little concerning for us. Our money flow is trying to push up. VWAP's kind of heading down, but neither have very much strength currently. Our stochastic's trying to get a bearish cross, so I'd be a little weary of that, as we could come down, drag this RSI down. If we do that, then we could see everything else start to drag down, and we might not see this pattern play out, as there's people getting a little worried about the case and the results that could happen. Haven't gotten any decent articles. Once I get some decent articles, I'll be sure to post those for any interested. So RSI is overall heading down. Momentum looks like we could make a lower high here as well and start to curl off. Our VWAP's kind of tapering out. It is trying to inch up though, so if we are able to keep inching up, that will be good. Momentum's pretty weak here. We'll need to see that pick up as well. And our money flow's pretty weak and needs to pick up if we're going to have this bullish crossover mean anything. Otherwise, it could flop over like right there. And they're really hitting you with ads today. So Stochastic's trying to push up, trying to push away from a bearish cross. So we'll have to see if when that crosses, if we start to spill under. RSI is trying to head up, but with the way that our stochastic's looking, it's not likely to hold very much longer. Money flow's trying to break bullish. It did kind of flop, but is trying to head up again. Our VWAP's heading down, and our momentum is pretty exaggerated and could start to curl off sometime soon. So I'd watch out for any kind of tapering off here. We do have this green dot that could signal some bullish momentum. Maybe we get a little bit of a breakout like that at preceding reversal triangle. So we do have that hope for us. Maybe we get this breakout and then we'll have to reevaluate where we're going from there. Over on the 1 hour, we got all sorts of divergences highlighting apparently. Stochastic, RSI, momentum, just everything slashing. So the 1 hour is not looking very good here. Money flow is trying to recover after breaking slightly bearish, and it was heading down. So we'll have to see if it can keep going up and invalidate these signals. Like I said, these signals don't always mean, hey, you're going to crash. Our VWAP is trying to recover too, so those have something going for them. RSI is pointing up with stochastic trying to make a curl. So if that stochastic can curl, make a cross, that RSI could continue upwards, and maybe our money flow starts to resume from there. So we'll have to kind of see what happens. And last but not least, for algo, we have a bullish engulfing candle that broke out of this pattern that we had. RSI is heading up, stochastic's trying to get a bullish cross, momentum's coming up. Our money flow is trying to come up, VWAP here is trying to come up, but it's not looking too strong. Momentum's not looking very strong, and our money flow has been in the bearish territory for a while. So overall, our trend has been bearish. We have this point of control we rejected from, so we'll need a candle to break above it and close and see how the candle after it maintains. At least that's how a confirmation will go. So we had this rising triangle and we broke up from it. Our stochastic's heading up, kind of starting to curl off. RSI is kind of heading up. Our money flow is kind of flattening out. Our momentum could round off here, and our VWAP overall is tapering downwards. So we're looking like we could get a bit of a cool off after we got this signal here. So I'd exercise some caution, maybe take some profits if you haven't. Stochastic and RSI are trying to head up on the 2 hour, so that could help us on the higher time frames. Money flow's not looking the strongest, but is in the bullish territory. We'll need to see that curl up a little more aggressively. Our VWAP, not the strongest either, so we'll want that to curl. We could have a green dot on the momentum, and maybe that'll help us with a possible stochastic cross. So to see if we can get a bit of a push up from here. Finally, on the 1 hour, our stochastic's making a bullish cross, but RSI is heading down, so that's a little conflicting. VWAP is trying to head up. Money flow tried to break bullish, but it's having some trouble gaining a momentum. And our momentum wave is making lower highs, with price making slightly higher highs, so we have a slight bearish divergence on that. So overall, we look a little more bearish than bullish, but if some momentum can come in the next candle or two, then we could try and invalidate these signals and push off of here. Thank you for watching tonight's video. I hope you have a wonderful night.